Hello, welcome everybody. This is El Mexican Soccer Podcast. I'm your host, Hugo Bernal, en el Trio Online. And la gran final. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hello. I think we're live now. We're live. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm your host, Hugo Bernal, and El Mexican Soccer Podcast del Trio Online. Welcome everybody. Episode 198. Crazy to think that 198 episodes here with you with the best content online for the Mexican soccer. We are in the La Gran Final, Día de Gran Final, guys. It's a Thursday. This is the preview for the final. Pachuca goes to Estadio Jalisco to play Atlas, who's defending their championship in Liga MX. As always, el buen Super Mojado comes in. Remember, guys, to subscribe. Hit that little button. We are with the best content, wherever you're watching us. Follow us on every single media platform. But we have El Super Mojado on this side. But guys, Super, before you even say hi, this had to happen in order for us. El buen Edwin anda por acá. El Pachuca. Ay, pensé que te habías hecho más guapo, güey.
Iba a decir que salió de las alcantarillas, pero se la dejamos que salió de su túnel de topo.
De todos lados salió hasta, bueno, anyway. Welcome, mi buen Edwin, saludos.
Come on, man, cheer up. Deberías estar más, ahora sí que emocionado aquí, o por lo menos no llegas con cara de...
Me pagó su internet, güey. Este segmento está estirado. ¿Cómo andas, mi buen Super?
No, pues aquí, good, you know, ready para ver la gran final. Ahora sí que, can you imagine if Atlas se hace bicampeón? That would be,
don't ask me. Let's ask today. El buen Fernando is not here with us. He broke his foot, or something happened to his foot.
Wow.
I don't know.
He was celebrating
Puma something.
Too hard. Estaba celebrando mucho el triunfo de Atlas.
Something about Pumas. So anyways, we're joined by el buen Luis. ¿Cómo andas, mi buen Luis? ¿Todo bien? Estás en mute, brother, ¿no? Entre Edwin y tú, brother, que pues paguen su internet, banda. Seguís en mute, brother.
No hacen uno de
A ver, aquí, entre los dos, Entre los dos. Pues hablemos, dos chivermanos hablando del Atlas en la gran final, brother. ¿Cómo la ven? Luis, ¿qué pasa, brother?
Come on, Luis.
Anyway, ahorita le entra. Déjenmelo ahí. Y regrésenme a Edwin también, pónganmelo, porque así aunque traiga la cara estirada, he looks better that way. Ahí estás, mi Luis. ¿Cómo andas?
Bien. ¿Y ustedes cómo están?
Toda madre, güey. Are you ready to watch gran final?
Unfortunately, I have to. I mean, America didn't make it, but...
Wow.
Come on, you should have known that.
Ese es el ánimo, que traemos aquí. Un americanista, Wait, my mic sounds off. They're telling me in the production. My mic sounds off. I want to do something real quick. If you guys... Super, take over for a second, please.
Claro. Anyways, Luis, since you're here, man, let's talk a little bit about your America. En lo que volvemos a nos acarrilamos otra vez. What happened? What happened with your America? What happened with your America?
I don't know. That second leg, man, they just disappeared.
the whole thing, the whole ahora sí que semifinal se vinieron, mira, todo ese camino que venían, paso perfecto, se desplomaron.
Sí, pues, I mean, that first leg looked pretty good, right? I mean, we thought America had a good chance going to the second leg, but for some reason, that second leg back over there in Hidalgo just they just couldn't do anything at all.
So, and by the way, can you guys hear me now better?
Ah, there you go. Por fin, hasta que se alinearon las estrellas.
Este segmento es traído ustedes por Cricket Wireless. No te creas. So let me talking about that. It just became official, by the way. On the other semifinal with Atlas and Tigres, officially Atlas won 2-0. So that would have happened because of the illegal squat that El Piojo Herrera brought to the field. So 2-0 officially is the score. El triplete de Guiñac doesn't count. I think that has to say a lot about El Piojo Herrera, how he just gets heated and he doesn't care about the rules and he just goes for it. No, same thing to say, 1 second, let me finish. Same thing as a heated Piojo Herrera who hit Martinoli. Same thing, I see it. I think, in my opinion, if I was a Tigres guy, a Tigres president, whatever you want to call it, I would fire Piojo Herrera for that mistake.
But it wasn't that the way he started the game is when he put in
during the game.
Taubín.
Exactly.
Yes. Cuando metió Taubín.
Exactly.
You know what? He had to probably been listen, I don't think that he knew about it. Otherwise, because he was winning. He was winning. If he come on, man, if he would have known, let's say that he's winning and then he illegally puts a player in, that would basically, if Atlas didn't score that goal, would have eliminated him. That
would have been eliminated on the table.
Yes.
So think about this. That's why I would fire Piojo Herrera immediately, right now. He deserves to be fired. And I think.
But you know
go ahead, Luis. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that's why you also have your your assistants right there, right? To let you know how many people you have on the field that could possibly get you over. So I don't understand how you don't have one person that had that written down.
No,
exactly.
I don't think it has to go with it. Go ahead, Super.
But that's the problem, man. That's the problem. We have way too many foreigners. I mean, Tigres squad, how many foreigners do they have?
That's why the rule is there.
That's the problem.
No, but still, whatever that's why the rule is there. Let me tell you this. Luis brings a good point. You should have somebody who tells you, no, you cannot bring him in because it's an illegal formation. That's number one. In my opinion, I think he knew at some point. He knew. Because there's no way a coach of first division not knowing that rule, or anybody in the team not knowing that rule. I think Piojo Herrera just wanted to go for it and just play it that way because he had a heated head, thinking he was going to win. He wanted to secure the spot in the final. He was going for it. So that heated mentality that Piojo Herrera has, it's what gets him in trouble. It's what gets him fired from national team. Is what gets him used to get him red cards as a defender for Atlante or for the national team. So that's the kind of heated. He could be a great motivator, for example. Fantastic. Bring him with Tata Martino and motivate the entire squad. He cannot be a coach, a number one coach when you commit this kind of mistakes. In my opinion, he should be fired today. Just because of that mistake he did.
But he has had a it's not like he's a new coach, man. He has had a great career.
Exactly.
It's just a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. You can't just like crucify this guy just because he makes
mistake.
That's
not a mistake. But that's a huge mistake. I mean, you're in the semifinal. How can you make that kind of mistake? Especially as a coach,
what kind of mistakes are allowed?
That has already years.
A mistake that it's allowed for a coach like that. It's if you take out a striker and then you put a defender and then you end up losing the game because you try to save the game with that score or something like that. That's a mistake that you would allow. And then it was his strategy and it didn't work. This is not a mistake. This is a heated decision.
but he realized that, I think he realized that what he had done. That's why he made another substitution like right away. Within minutes, he had already put in
No,
another Mexican guy in the pitch. Yes.
it was from 50 something minute until I'm not exactly sure, but it was about 20 minutes with an illegal formation.
Was it 20
Anyways,
minutes?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I thought it was
De
even
todos
more.
modos, I mean, that's a mistake that he should never have done. Like I said, I mean, you have your
Exactly.
assistants there for a reason. Piojo can be concentrated on the game plan and everything, but you have your assistants there to write down all the stats, write down everything down. I mean, por favor, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so that's El Piojo Herrera. On the other side, at the end, it ends up to be 2-0. Atlas wins. Imagine if Atlas wouldn't score that goal at the end, and they would have lost this game in the table for Tigres.
Cool.
That would have been, to be honest, Atlas saved the entire Piojo Herrera and the entire Federación Mexicana, because who knows if they would have punished them the way they're doing it right now, because it doesn't really matter. They lost in the field anyway. But who knows if they would have punished
most
it.
likely they wouldn't have done that what they're doing now.
No, I don't believe it either. I don't think so. And it would have been a soft decision that, why make the rules then? But anyways, that's another story. So let's go back to America real quick, because Luis apparently has this passion all his life about America, which I don't believe a thing. But it's okay. I'll allow you just to say it. So going back to that, what happened in the second game? Because Pachuca just run over you guys.
La verdad, no sé. I mean, no one showed up. No one. I think the only one that showed up was Memo Ochoa in some instances, but even then, I mean, I don't have words to describe what happened in that game.
The translation would be, the clown carried you guys. O sea, les cargó el payaso. Padrísimo. Síganme para más traducciones. But to be honest, I think it was well deserved. And see, this is a discussion that Fernando would have loved if it was a fracaso or not fracaso. I think for America it is anyways, but they came out from being literally the last place to the semifinal and ending it up going to the Liguilla directly in the first four. So to me, that's not a fracaso. They kicked out another Solari. So, I mean, it was with an interim coach. I don't know if they're going to stay. But there he is. Pachuca's in the final, and that's the only reason this guy is joining today. How are you, mi buen Edwin?
Hey, Raza, how are y'all? Doing good. Excited for tonight's game. For Sunday too. Hopefully it'll be a good one. You know, praying and hoping for the best.
What kind of shirt is that?
It's the Miguel Calero tribute shirt the Pachuca got out last season.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about la del Puebla, de allá atrás.
Bueno,
se la regaló Chelis.
Antes de que se burle, a ver, antes de que se burle, era la playera de mi papá que falleció hace años.
No, pero nadie se está burlando. Te preguntaba yo por ese jersey. Platícanos la historia. It's not a burla. Ese Puebla de un lado y justo atrás es Pachuca, ¿cierto?
Sí. La de Pachuca está autografiada por Franco Jara, por Manuel Vidrio, por Nailea Vidrio, su hija, que es como una hermanita para mí. Saludos a Nailea hasta León. Está autografiada por Eric Aguirre, que está jugando en Rayados, por Chucky, por Guti Gutiérrez y por Pizarro.
There he is. Edwin. Welcome, Edwin. Welcome to the great La Gran Final. We were talking about the semifinal against America with Pachuca. What did you see on America? Let's talk about a little bit on America. We'll focus a little bit in Pachuca in a second. But what happened to America? Because it's not what we saw in el primer partido. So what happened in the second one?
I think to me it was a I think just strategies from El Tan Ortiz kind of what destroyed that game for them. It's kind of what sank them in. Like, I think Aquino was one of the best players for them during the first half in the first game of the semifinals, during the semifinals, and I think taking him off and putting Richard Sanchez and Fidalgo, which are players that move more offensively, don't really have the chore of being able to defend and making that transition from the defense to the attacking to the midfield. It was one of the biggest mistakes. And also, if you look at the way Pachuca played, I mean, they the second half
They're just too good.
They beat America. They en un planteamiento táctico técnico, Pachuca y el planteamiento de Almada fue superior al del Tan Ortiz. Se vio la experiencia ahí.
Do you give him? And I mean, I'm not getting correct. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, I pressed the button by mistake. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you give more credit to Pachuca good strategy, or it was more America stopped doing things and the strategy did not work?
It was an 80-20. It was an 80-20 because if you see during the first half of the second game of America and el Huracán of America against Pachuca, in the first minutes, Diego Valdez had an opportunity by himself where Luis Chavez gave him the ball incorrectly, and he wasn't able to finish that. Also, Viñas had another chance right away. El disparo de Richard Sanchez, the Ustari got out. I think it was a combination of a little bit of both. America started really, really good in the first couple of minutes against Pachuca in the second game. But I think as the game evolved and as minutes passed, Pachuca started they found their rhythm, they found their game, and that's when America I think went down. I think after those opportunities, mentally America got destroyed, and Pachuca just took advantage of it.
Super. Who do you give more credit to, Pachuca or America not doing things?
No, it's Pachuca, man. Pachuca did they did what they did the whole tournament, right? They were they were the better team, and América fue el último del equipo de las Cenicientas that happened throughout the tournament, right? They were doing horrible. They then they did the manager change, and that's when they turned things around, right? And it I don't know, it would have been too good of a story for any of these teams, like what happened with Chivas, with America, with Puebla, with teams like that. They had, a good moment, like un momento fugaz, and like I said, it's the reality just set in. I mean, Pachuca just was the team that did awesome throughout the season, the better team, the super leader, and just America couldn't basically couldn't
Overtake Pachuca.
Yes, exactly. O sea, no pudo con el juego que Pachuca ya venía arrastrando desde el inicio.
Super, but that's America, though. But that's America. That's the team that always.
Go ahead, Luis.
Yeah, I mean, America does that all the time. I mean, even though their back is against the wall and all that, they're supposed to win these games, right? Whether it doesn't matter whether they're the underdog or the favorite. I mean, that's why if America would have passed to the final, I don't agree with you saying that it wouldn't have been kind of fair or whatever. I mean, America's supposed to win all these games, whether they're last place, first place. So I'd also go back to what Hugo said. I do think this is a fracaso. Whether they made it from the bottom all the way to the top right now, to the top four, I still think it's a fracaso for America.
Luis, we have to talk about it's two different things right now. Yes, because of the name of the club, because of the history of the club, because everything that revolves around America, it is un fracaso cuando no llegas a la final, when you don't make it all the way to that deciding game. But also, I think for Tano Ortiz, for Santiago Baños, for the institution and the players right now, for this tournament is not a fracaso because they were half of the tournament, they were the last place. And if it wasn't for Santiago Baños and la directiva saying enough is enough to Santiago Solari, and Dan Ortiz is the one that brought them back the confidence. Also, again, the players, some of them were tired of the same speech from the past coach, which is Santiago Solari. There is talks about el vestidor estaba roto con muchos jugadores que no se hablaban. El Tan Ortiz llegó a poner un alto, a darles esa confianza, and I think as in this tournament itself, with these players, con esta directiva, with this new coach that came in, I think it's a pretty successful tournament for them to reach out to the semifinals, honestly.
When they were in the last place, Luis, and they would have told you, you guys are going to make it to, and you had Solari, you guys are going to make it to semifinals. Would you sign it or not? You would have.
Would I believe it? I mean, I would want to believe it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's in the middle of the season. You guys were in last place, or at the beginning of the season, whatever. Beginning, middle. So you would still call it fracaso, even though they made it all the way to the Liguilla directly and being eliminated by Pachuca, el super líder, in the semifinal. It is a fracaso because it's America. I understand that, but I would have signed that one anytime if you're in last place in the middle of the season.
No, I mean, I still think it's a fracaso. Obviously, they did it, like Chedwin's point, they did a good job going from last place in the middle of the season all the way to where they were at the end of the season, right? But like how you said, I mean, America is supposed to be the biggest club in Mexico, which I think it is. And I mean, it's always has... ¿A quién? ¿Detrás de quién? ¿De Pachuca nomás o qué? Porque perdió contra Pachuca. No, but anyways, I still think obviously that's a mentality that America is always going to have, right? So it's either you win or it's a fracaso, regardless of where you started, where you finish. But
it is true. You can put it that forward, way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking like Fernando, right? Fernando was a success where his Pumas ended up, right, in the final of the Copa Champions, and he was happy with
Fernando,
that.
Hombre. Fernando is
Lo extrañan.
It's a believer. Es un soñador.
No, but I mean, obviously going into next season, I do think obviously it's a good starting point. Now everyone is in high spirits, hoping for a better season with El Tan Ortiz. But I think they're obviously in a better footing now for next season, but I still think it's a fracaso.
Ojo with this. They say there's talks that if by la jornada 5, América, jornada 5, jornada 6, América does not perform well, Tan Ortiz is gone, y el que llegaría, se escucha por ahí que el que llegaría es el Tuca Ferretti.
Wow, that's interesting.
So is that set in stone that he's gonna stay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Está confirmado. Yep. El Tan Ortiz está confirmado para el siguiente torneo. There's no doubt that he's gonna stay. Right now they
pretty much confirmed that.
Looking for it, right? They're looking for a center forward. Por un matón quieren buscar un killer, es lo que es su prioridad. They're looking for a center back, and they're looking for number 10, another midfielder, a creator, uno de esos jugadores de la antigua que te puedan traer magia al equipo, que puedan traer, porque Diego Valdés para ellos fue un fracaso. Pero el que se queda seguro es el
se llama Córdoba, que puede llegar de regreso a la América. ¿Ya nadie lo quiere?
No, Córdoba va a Necaxa. Córdoba va a Necaxa,
Ya todos se olvidaron de él, el siguiente Cuauhtémoc Blanco, el todo bueno. That's what happened when you don't go to Chivas. Anyway, hold on, one second.
Fue lo chiflado.
Go ahead, Super.
No, mira, es algo que por tomar una decisión así, right? For taking that decision to go to Tigres because, I'm going to be fighting championships and se creyó que iba a ir al mejor equipo de México y no, o sea, pudo haber llegado al mejor equipo de México, pero for whatever, maybe bad advice that he got from somebody, maybe, su representante quizás.
Por la pregunta que le
Now,
hiciste tú,
Es-
Super,
termina,
eso fue, yo creo.
si
Es el
termina,
dinero, Super. Es el dinero, Super. Tigres le pagó doble de lo que le iba a pagar Chivas.
claro, pero
Ok,
pues,
No,
o sea,
y después en Chivas no les pagan, entonces ¿para qué ir
su
para allá?
respuesta, no, ¿qué pasó? Si en Chivas ¿cómo no van a pagar, mi chavo? Una cosa es que no
Super, yo
tengan dinero,
prefiero,
otra es que no.
Super, yo prefiero, bueno, al menos verlo como Córdoba, yo prefiero 1000 veces ser banca de un equipo protagonista y estar ganando al doble que ser titular en un equipo de medio pelo que en este torneo y en los torneos pasados, porque no ha sido Chivas un gran
Por
equipo, y
favor,
estar,
por favor,
y estar
llegan a una
perdiendo.
final, llega tu Pachuca a una final y ahora ya se sienten que son, no, equipo de medio
Pero
pelo.
está hablando de
No, a
Tigres,
ver,
está hablando de
es que, a
Tigres.
ver, yo no estoy, a ver, Super, yo nunca mencioné al Pachuca, yo estoy hablando de Tigres.
No, ok.
Let me ask you
Yo
this,
estoy hablando de Tigres,
Fernando,
prefiero,
tú, Edwin. Let me ask you this, Edwin. By the way, we
¿mande?
got al buen Juan Pablo. Let me ask you something. We got al buen Juan Pablo Franco here. Vamos, Tuzos. Toda la vida del Ranchuca. ¿Qué pues? Atlas 1, Ranchuca, ¿eh? Ranchuca 5. I was going to ask you about that, Edwin, because I know, I mean, you jump in the Tigres bandwagon pretty often, so you can't argue that with me. Although officially you are a Pachuca fan, and you've told that before too. You've told us that before, but don't let me lie that you jump in the Tigres bandwagon often. But anyways, what do you feel
No,
right now
es,
from
o
all
sea,
the what do you feel right now from all the Chivas fans that are jumping into the Pachuca wagon?
from all the Chivas fans
Who?
jumping into the Pachuca wagon?
Who?
Yeah. Oh, there's. Do you
Who's
want Atlas
jumping
to
into
win? Do you want Atlas to win, Super Mojado?
I mean,
que se la,
mira,
que la,
te
se
voy a
la
decir,
repartan?
I'll be honest. I mean, it's normal. I mean, at the end of the day, let's say if America goes into the final, Chivas fans don't want America. They'll support whoever, even if it's Pumas, even if it's Cruz Azul, whoever it is to win that final because they don't want it. They don't want America. They don't want their rival to win. It's of course it's right now it's a normal. The Chivas fans don't want Atlas to win, just like they didn't want them to win last season. Simple as that.
Okay.
They were some of them were arguing, were cheering for Leon. Some of them were saying no, Atlas deserves now to win a championship. It's 50-50. It's normal. At the end of the day, they're not gonna fill up the stadium. They're not gonna cheer for the team at home. They're not gonna be loyal like us. And another reason why to kind of counter your argument of like the bandwagon of Tigres is the reason is because I play for Fuerzas Básicas of Tigres. They gave me the opportunity to be involved in the professional youth academy level of soccer. So I have loved that institution. I love that. I grew up in that stadium. I grew up in Los Campos Militares, which is where the Fuerza in Suazua, which is where the teams practice. So that's why
Great. Thank you
I
for
have
the
a lot of
love
that
story. Thank you for the love story. Anyway, so going back to the final now. Mi buen Luis, what do you think? Partido de ida, Estadio Jalisco, Pachuca against Atlas. What do you think? What do you think of this game?
I think Atlas can take a good advantage, just like they did in the semifinal against Tigres. So, I mean, playing at home, being able to possibly secure a good advantage going into Hidalgo, and then possibly getting their bicampeonato. So, I think everything's in their favor. I think Atlas is going to take it probably with a 2-goal advantage.
So, and I think you're thinking the same way I'm thinking right now, because Pachuca at home prácticamente invencible. So if Atlas wants to do some damage, they have to do it now. They have to do it today. So that's going to
exactly
be the
like
way.
how we saw it against Tigres. I mean,
yeah, similar. Mi buen Super Mojado, What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a good final. I mean, they showed that they both can play good football, um, and that there's gonna be goals. I think that I mean, it's not gonna be an easy game. It could definitely go either way tonight. Um, but I do want to say that Pachuca la va a ganar fácil, eh? I do want to say that.
Mi buen Edwin, quítate la camiseta un poquito y platícame. What do you think of this final, man? Being realistic.
It's gonna be a hard game, man. It's gonna be a hard game. Of course, El Estadio Jalisco, it's always a hard stadium to go to, especially with Atlas fans supporting them 100% since the beginning. If Pachuca is able to, for me, a good result for Pachuca will be a tie, at least a tie or a win for this game.
No pides nada, güey.
You mentioned it earlier that even I think even a difference of one goal going into the second game of the final of Pachuca losing by one goal, I think it's still a good opportunity because like you mentioned, it's been, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 14 games without losing at home Pachuca right now. Mm-hmm. So tenemos una fortaleza en el Huracán. We're hoping it. I just hope it's a good final. Like I said, Pachuca's been winning. ¿Ah?
Ok, no sabía que tú también eras dueño del equipo y del estadio y todo. Pero anyway.
¿Por qué?
No, porque tenemos.
Claro, tenemos. O sea, los aficionados también contamos. Así como Super dice cuando Chivas gana. Ganamos por fin.
Ok.
Le digo, ¿por qué yo no?
Ok, no, go for it. Good. That's always good. Anyway, so there it is. This is a preview we're in less than 20 minutes from the game. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty of topics to talk about. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Remember, we got episode 199 coming in as next week after the grand final played on the Sunday. After we know who the champion would be, so we're back in a Mexican soccer podcast. This was episode 198, so we'll have the next one, and then a big celebration for the 200, a big milestone. So make sure you follow us in every single social media platform that you can find us. And also make sure you subscribe to whatever you're watching us. We get Agustin Cano saying, Vamos Tuzos. Thank you, Agustin. Today we have al buen Super Mojado aquí. Tenemos al buen Luis aquí en medio. Y tenemos al buen Edwin apoyando sus Tuzos del Pachuca o del Ranchuca, como le dicen ahí algunos aficionados que están escribiendo. We wanted to talk about teams that already win their championships in their leagues. Like Chivas. Okay, mi buen Super. Chivas Femenil. They beat who did they beat? I forgot.
Pachuca.
Pachuca too. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Pachuca. So after
Pero esa que fue una piedrita
game,
ahí.
No. I truly forgot. I remember at the very end, but I wanted to see if you guys were on your toes. So anyways, second championship in history for Chivas Femenil. Many criticism, or a lot of criticism to Vergara, Amauri. So and he comes up firing back, saying that he's gonna show them and everything. And instead of making peace and time to celebrate and kind of ignoring this, he goes a little bit against the afición, which I don't think he should be doing this. It's still muy maduro. No ves a un directivo, ningún dueño de equipo directivo peleándose ahí con la afición, haciéndola de rollo. Pero bueno, muy al estilo Vergara, ¿no? I think he learned from his dad, and who knows? That's part of what Chivas is facing right now. Good for Chivas, and good. Hopefully, we get to see a increase in their salary. We remember a few weeks ago we got news here in the U.S. that national team, women national team, and men's national team, they're gonna earn the same amount of money. Something. I mean, obviously, I think we're far from that in Mexico in Liga MX, but at least in Chivas, they should get an increase in their salaries, because from what I've read, it's very, very low till this point. But who knows? We'll see. Did you like that final? You win, Edwin?
Yeah, it was a good final. I mean, yeah, until minute 74, if I believe, that's when Charlín Corral missed the PK. Blanca Felix was playing. Had a tremendous game coming. The goalie from Chivas, if you don't know who that is, you don't know the name. Norma Palafox abucheada. She from the crowd of Chivas, because I mean, of course, her past.
Apparently, she cried.
If you guys recall, this is the second final they faced against each other, and both of them Chivas has won it. It was a really good game. Honestly, it was a really good game. I think Juan Carlos Cacho didn't know how to counterattack lo del Pato Alfaro, que también es un histórico de Pachuca, ganando esa Sudamericana. Pero I think tactically Pato Alfaro was better. Licha Cervantes is a forward that we need to see in the national team already as a starter. I think she's a great player. She's one of the top female players right now. That don't be surprised if she moves to Europe anytime soon. There's some interested players, honestly, in that team. I think Janine Madrid de Pachuca, la volante por la izquierda. Selene Cortés, que es lateral derecha, pero por problemas de lesión no pudo jugar este partido. It was a good game. Honestly, it was a good game. I like the final, and congrats to Chivas. They well deserve it.
Thank you to the Chivas, the team. I didn't win anything. Super, did you win anything?
Yes.
¿Ganamos?
Yes, I did.
Es que lo que no pueden hacer con el varonil, pues lo hacen con el femenil.
Claro, por lo menos.
Lo que sea. But Super, you have no comeback here because you want Pachuca to win. So I don't know. Anyways, who are you supporting
not
in this final, Luis? Atlas or Pachuca?
And men's, or are we still talking about the women?
Men's, yeah, men's final.
In the men's final, I would probably I just want to see a good final. I don't think I go for any of the two. So,
anyways, if you have to pick one right now, your money would go to
Atlas.
All right, there you go. Otro bicampeón, a ver si sucede. Desde el 2000, desde León, ¿no? No tenemos un bicampeón.
Yeah.
Sí, exactamente. Me hubiera gustado Puebla para que fuera el siguiente que quebrara con el curse, pero
está bien, nos alimentamos del odio.
There's still time for that.
Y de la envidia.
What else we have? Let me go check the rundown, because we got the final, and then we got national team. We got a schedule for the national team already. They're playing. There's dates coming in. Let's take a look. There you go. Arlington, Texas. They play Nigeria. Then they play. Who's that? Uruguay, isn't it?
Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay, and then
Ecuador y Paraguay.
Ecuador y Paraguay. That's right. Nice. And then, did you guys hear about the Chicharito calling El Tata?
Yes.
Call him to apologize.
Is that true though? I mean, because
Ya, Chicharito lo confirmó en su canal de Twitch. Dijo
Yeah,
que
no,
sí
no,
hubo
no.
una llamada,
La entrevista ayer, ¿no?
pero en
Yeah,
su canal de
there
Twitch
was an
fue
interview.
donde da la exclusiva que dice que él personalmente habló con el Tata, habló con un auxiliar y que sí hubo una llamada. Está en veremos que fue una llamada cordial, fue una llamada dentro de lo que cabe amistosa y verán qué es lo que va a pasar, pero no, I don't think Tata Martino is gonna call Chicharito.
I mean, I think Chicharito did what El Tata Martino wanted to do, to call and then just to be open, to apologize to everything. But I think he did it a little bit too late, because ya están
Tata
clasificados.
Martino, you gotta understand this. Hugo, you gotta understand that Tata Martino prioritize el vestidor, his players. Chicharito is not wanted en el vestidor por las causas grandes de la selección mexicana en este momento. There's a lot of issues with Chicharito, between Chicharito, Ochoa and Guardado. Right now, después de todo lo que ha pasado selección mexicana, a lot of the players, a lot of insights in there are saying that finally the group came to a conclusion de que se tienen que poner las pilas después de la declaración de Andrés Guardado diciendo que Panamá, que Costa Rica, que muchos equipos en CONCACAF habían crecido y México se había estancado. El grupo por fin se cierra de una manera fuerte. Dicen que la incorporación hasta de Marcelo Flores para el Mundial, para esta Nations League y para estos amistosos, fue porque las cabezas grandes de la selección mexicana lo aprobaron junto con el Tata Martino. Y creo que el Tata Martino no va a querer romper su vestidor después de que ya sufrieron tanto, después de todo lo que ha pasado.
No, it makes sense, and to be honest, talking about futbolísticamente, I don't think it's a priority, Chicharito. I think, but the thing is, I don't know if he's going to take him or not. Who knows? But I think Tata Martino, it's prioritizing that, what you're saying, el vestidor y sus jugadores primero, and Chicharito at the end coming in and I called him and everything.
Pero,
I don't think it's going to work either.
Pero su vestidor
Dime,
es un
Super,
circo ya.
Sí.
Su vestidor es un circo ya. Tiene puro payaso ahí ya.
Super Hugo. Ojo a esto. They're saying that if Julio Furch get
I read that.
sus papeles de naturalización, se va a colar en lugar de Henry Martin al Mundial.
Esas ya son para ahogados ya.
Ese es un circo ya.
Exactamente.
Este es un circo.
This is like a
Los
big
delanteros
joke.
de la selección mexicana serían Chucky, Tecatito, si todo va bien con el papeleo de Julio Furch, que hasta el momento está yendo, sería Chucky, Tecatito, Raúl Jiménez, Funes Mori en Julio Furch.
No.
Y contra Argentina, padrísimo. And I know Super is not gonna like it. If Fernando would have been here, he would have just hated me because of this. But the situation that he did with el chavo del Arsenal, se me olvidó su nombre en este momento.
Marcelo Flores.
Marcelo Flores, disculpa, sí, se me fue un blank. Anyways, with him saying that we're not here, the national team is not here to offer players what they want and then for the players to pick which one offers the most, I think he did right, because it is true. A national team should not be asking players to come over and please come over here with me. No. What do you have to offer the national team? And I hope they spoke before Marcelo Flores came out with this video and a comunicado saying that I already made my mind. I'm playing for the national team of Mexico, blah, 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 blah. I hope they talked before and they made it clear. And that's why he had to come up with this comunicado. If they didn't, well, he did the right thing, and El Tata Martino is doing the right thing. But in my opinion, he should take them.
The reason why Marcelo Flores came up with that video es porque la Federación Mexicana, tanto como ellos como el Tata Martino, le aseguraron que si él está en el primer equipo del Arsenal, not even playing, but he's part of the first team of Arsenal for next season, because he's doing all the preseason, and he's gonna miss the pre-qualifier with Arsenal. with the youth national team, and he's good because of this Nations League and because of preseason of Arsenal, that he's going to the World Cup. Va a ser otro Andrés Guardado con la Volpe en el 2006. They told him that if he's at least on the first team, he has a spot in the first team of Arsenal for next season, and Michael Arteta lo tiene en cuenta, even for the FA Cup, that he will go to the World Cup, guaranteed, no matter what.
All right, so there it is. And
That's-
even with Julio Furch.
Sí, porque
like
Marcelo
I said,
Flores
that-
jugaría como mediocampista ofensivo, juega como un mediocampista ofensivo, no es delantero.
Pero para que le quite el puesto a Milanés está medio cabrón ahí,
No, dicen que el que ahorita está en duda sería Romo por su bajo nivel, al igual que quieren ver como
Pizarro no puede ir.
Ah, Pizarro es uno de los
Pizarro es uno de sus
consentidos del Tata.
favoritos, güey.
Pizarro va al mundial porque va al mundial.
Que no te dije que
robar,
son
brother.
puros payasos ahí y necesitan.
A robar. Pero bueno. Who knows?
Every
Anyways, we're getting
every
close.
world same story, man. Is the same story. The coach is a joke, and he just takes his. That's all it is.
Claro que no. ¿Qué tal cuando fue el Bofo y Conejo?
Exactamente.
¿Cuál
Say
del
no
Conejo?
more.
Porque fueron casi todas.
Y el
cinco,
Guille
¿no?
Franco.
Exactamente. O sea, siempre es lo mismo. Los coaches son una vergüenza. Solo es puro desmadre ahí, puro cotorreo. Don't even care if they know that they're not gonna win. Ahora sí que es a la afición, a toda esa gente que gasta vende sus casas y todo el desmadre que hacen para ir a un mundial.
Un saludo para
¿A
mi
qué
amiga
entrenador
Marimar
te
Tello que va al
llevarías?
mundial.
Que me lleve, dile. No hay bronca. ¿Tú no vas, mi buen
Miren,
Edwin?
ahorita están imágenes en vivo de la final en donde el equipo de Atlas está saliendo al campo, está a punto de salir al campo. Estamos a 6 minutos de empezar la final
let's go
más
then.
emocionante
Let's go
en
watch the
años
game.
del fútbol mexicano.
Vámonos
Let's
antes
go
de
watch
que
the
se
game,
vuelva
guys.
loco, Edwin.
Ya sé, amigos. Anyways, últimas palabras, mi buen Luis. What do you got?
Nada, pues ya vamos a cerrar ya.
Sí, ya nos tenemos que ir al fútbol. Aparte nos cobran,
pues.
güey, si nos quedamos de más aquí.
Sí, eso sí. No, well, I mean, I was excited about yesterday's game, but LAFC didn't show up. Carlos Vela, another injury.
I know, we didn't.
We'll see. Ahora
Pero
está más
el que sí se presentó fue Chicharito.
Yeah.
¿Qué tal el
that was a
golecito
very
que
good
se aventó
game.
mi buen Chicharito?
Hopefully gets them back on track, but I mean, excited for the MLS season to continue. I mean, week 14 is this weekend, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Ya que mis águilas ya no están aquí, pues.
Ok, a ver cómo le va a tu LAFC. Pero el Chicharito anda ahí con todo, mandando indirectas al Tata Martino, aunque ya dice Edwin ya ni nos pela, ya se puso a ver el fútbol. Buenas noches,
pues,
Edwin.
también
Vela
the other two extranjeros, Julián, what's his name? The two other guy, Efraín
Araujo.
Álvarez.
Julián Araujo.
And Julián Araujo.
Y Efraín Álvarez.
Yeah.
Y Vela salió con un toquecito, salió ahí.
Sí, en minuto 20 salió con una right quad injury. So.
Marihuano.
Eso es todo. Bueno, banda, súper, últimas palabras, que ya nos están cobrando y nos tenemos que ir a ver el fútbol.
Vámonos, ya, porque Edwin se pone nervioso, mira.
A Edwin no le voy a decir nada, banda. Nos vemos aquí la semana que entra, episodio 199, no se desconecten, Edwin. Come frutas y verduras, brother. Si pierde el Atlas, te quiero ver conectado aquí. Digo, si pierde el Pachuca.
Es the last one, right?
Si pierde el Pachuca, nos vemos aquí.
Maybe. We'll take a break or we'll do the 200 and we'll celebrate.
All
right, sounds good.
Edwin, ya no vas a hablar, Edwin. Ya estás vetado, bro. Producer. Ponle mute, brother. Ponle mute. Sale, banda. Nos estamos viendo. Saludos a todos. Lávense.
Vámonos.
Coman frutas y verduras.
Cuídense.